Well, hi, folks. Welcome back to AOK Urban Homestead. Today, we're going to be cooking together again. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Thack, and we're trying to start a little homestead, an urban homestead at that. And, well, we like to cook and meal prep, so come back and join me in this cooking session. Well, I have my notes here so that I don't get confused. We're going to do some grilled burgers, some grilled chicken breast tenders. We're going to do some fiery chicken wings. I have some cod, some roasted vegetables, and the best darn dinner rolls you guys will ever taste. I will link the dinner roll recipe and instructions in the description box below, so that way if you guys would like to try it out, you absolutely can. So first things first, we're going to start with the dinner rolls because they have to proof, they have to rise. So I'm going to do my best to try and talk you through it. Well, folks, if you guys can hear, the microwave is going. I have my 1.5 cups of milk and 2 tablespoons of sugar in there to warm up. And it's warmed up pretty nicely. And to this, I will add 2 tablespoons of yeast. The warm milk should not be too hot, but it should be hot enough where you're gonna, oh shoot, I forget. This one takes, okay, 2 tablespoons of yeast. So that's a 1/2 tablespoon. 1.5, 2. All right. So I won't add my salt yet, but I will add that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add my half cup of sugar in there for now. The sugar does help the yeast activate faster. So that's just a quick tip, because most of the time people wait, but I go ahead and put my sugar in there, which helps the yeast like just go crazy. All right, now let's talk about the flour. The flour says 4 to 5 cups of flour, so I would say it's not crucial that you measure it out like crazy or anything like that. I already have 2 cups in here to get things going, and to this I will add my teaspoon of salt. I like using kosher salt because, well, you know, especially the coarse kosher salt, because sometimes you just get a bite and you're like, oh, I got the salt flavor. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. So we're going to wait 5 minutes for this to get it activated, and then I'll come back to you. Well, folks, like I said, I already started with 2 cups in there, and I'm going to go ahead and get my dough hook in and raise it. I'll give this just a little bit to mix in the salt and stuff. And now, as you guys can see, it has really started activated. So I'll go ahead and pour all this in there. And then, this does take a little bit of pre-planning, guys, because they want a room temperature egg. What I will do is I'll crack my egg in here so I can get the rest of the yeast out of there. And that's all it takes. Okay? Some of my sugar didn't dissolve, so I'm going to add my 1/2 cup of in there so I can get that sugar in there and get it all out. Mixer, the electric mixer, you will mix for almost 5 full minutes. So if you are kneading this by hand, it's going to take you at least 10 minutes, okay? So that was a half cup. I'll go ahead and add my other half cup now. So we're actually at 3 cups. I'll come back after I add my 4th cup and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so after 4 and about a quarter cups, just pulling from the sides and everything. So I'm going to let this just keep mixing for another minute and then we'll come back. Well folks, while the dough's going for another minute, I got the chicken breast out. And all we're going to do to this one, if you guys remember my old video of us meal prepping before, my wife does this awesome chicken seasoning mix that she does, and so we're gonna just throw some of that on there, and that's about it. She's gonna grill this stuff up for us today, so that's an awesome thing. I love it when it's warm enough and nice enough to start grilling, because yeah, it's that time of year, folks. So anyways, the chicken breast is just gonna marinate in this while she heats up the grill. We're gonna also throw on a few hamburgers. Um, Hamburgers are one of our favorite things to eat in the summer too. So that's all I have to do with the chicken breast, is use some of her seasoning. Now for the chicken wings, I still have to cut them up and then marinate them. But with the chicken seasoning, I'm going to add some nice cayenne pepper, some chili pepper, and my crushed red pepper flakes that I made myself. I'll be back to show you that. Well, folks, before I could even get the chicken wings cut up, my dough is ready for its nice hand knead. Now I just floured very lightly. Don't over flour, because this is going to be a little bit of a wet dough. So yeah, so all we're doing is just giving ourselves a little touch of it, and man, it is, oh yeah, this does not need much hand kneading at all. So I'm happy with that. They came together real well. The dough is still nice and soft and really warm, so that's the good thing. So with this, oh, look at that. You guys see that? That's beautiful. It's still going to stick to your hand a little bit, but not bad. So all we're going to do now is grease my bowl right here, and we're going to let it rise. Actually, I don't think I'm going to grease it. I'm going to put it right back in its original bowl. And give it a little bit of flour in there. Yeah, I've done that before, so we'll do that, and I'll put a moist towel over this, and we'll go ahead and let it proof. Well, folks, here's the chicken wings. So I like to cut them up myself, and I separate the drums from the wings themselves, but I leave the wing tips on ours. I'm weird. I like to eat the wing tips, especially if my wife does them right and they're crunchy, you know? So I leave them on instead of separating them so they don't fall off in the grill. So that's a good thing. But anyways, folks, okay, so now we're going to use Brenda's seasoning in here. A lot of it. Then, well, I don't have a lot of crushed red pepper left, so I'm going to use all the rest of my crushed red pepper. I am going to use, that was about only a teaspoon, guys. I'm going to use about, I would say, well, shoot, normally have it open. About 2 teaspoons of chili. And then we're going to use about a full tablespoon of cayenne pepper. maybe a tablespoon and a quarter or so, but a full tablespoon. And then to bind it all together, we're going to add some sriracha sauce. That'll help make everything stick on there. Okay? And then mix it up. A nice big healthy pinch of sea salt. 3 pinches total, guys. And there you go. That's all we do for the chicken, and that's going to go to the grill with my wife. But we're going to get some hamburgers out since she's going to be grilling those, and we'll season those. We like our burgers very, very simple. So all I'm going to do is just add some salt. And some pepper. That's it. Because everything else is in our condiments, right? The mustard, ketchup, whatever we like. All right, I'm going to take these out to the grill. We'll go check on them together when Brenda gets grilling and they start looking yummy. Right now, they look delicious, but not grilled delicious. Well, folks, as you can see in front of you, I have, well, I guess you don't know. These are turnips, and these are sweet potatoes. I'm going to just peel them and roast them after I season them. Now, I must admit to you guys, I have never cooked turnips before. I've had them, and they're delicious. So I don't know why I've never done them. Anyways, yeah, I'm just going to peel these, and then I'll come back to you when they're ready to be diced up or cubed. You know, the house smells a lot like horseradish right now. I didn't realize the turnip and the horseradish were so closely related. When the house started smelling like horseradish, I went ahead and Googled it, of course. And horseradish is just basically a type of turnip. So that's pretty cool. But you know, Google could be wrong and I could be wrong, but that's what Google told me, so I'll go with it. I'm going to cube them. So that way, now what I was told was turnips cook faster. So I'm going to put those in bigger pieces. Onto the sweet potatoes, and I will cut these smaller since they take a little bit longer to cook than the turnips. Now all we're going to do is douse this with some olive oil. And then we're going to put our own vegetable seasoning mix in here. It already has chunks of thyme, oregano, a hair of sage, but not much, sweet basil, garlic powder, garlic, and onion powder, and a tiny bit of crushed red pepper. Just a tiny bit on that one. We're going to toss it all up so they all get some of the same seasoning. And then I'm going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for half an hour. Well, folks, instead of doing the cod on the grill, Brenda is going to have some tilapia, that beautiful piece of tilapia there. And I think we're just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on it and call it good. So it's just one piece because I decided we're not doing the cod. We're going to do... we're going to do corned beef and cabbage instead because we have a guest coming and they happen to mention that's one of their favorite meals. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this dish seasoned up, hand it to Brenda, and then we go on from there. All right, guys. So in the crock pot, we have our corned beef. Now I've only covered it halfway with water. It is on medium-ish temp right now. We're just going to cover it. And then after 2 hours, we'll add our cabbage, our carrots, and our potatoes. And look at that, folks. The cheeseburgers are done. Well, guys, while the roasted veggies are in here cooking, I just checked on our dough and look at how beautiful that is. It is gorgeous. And what it did was it absorbed that leftover dough that was in there, so I don't have to do anything with it now. It's easy to clean. So here's our dough. Looks beautiful, does it not? Nice and silky and soft. All right, it comes out to 2 pounds, 10 ounces. Now, supposedly, this recipe will make, it will make 24. So, and I've done it before. As long as you weigh it out, 2 ounces each, they'll make 24. So I'm just going to weigh them out and then we will shape them. All right. Let's see how many we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Only 20 this time. Well, you know, it always depends on how much flour you put in there too. So we only ended up with 4.5 cups. We did not go to the 5 cups. So anyways, all I'm doing is folding it into itself like that, and then putting the folded side down. All right, folks, as you can see, I got my 20 all rolled up, and now all I'm going to do is put a wet towel back over it again so it can proof for another half hour. Look at this, guys. The chicken tenders look so beautiful. There's dish number 2, all done. Well, folks, the timer just went off, and they look, oh my, absolutely gorgeous. Let's test to see if they're done, or I don't like mine mushy, so, oh yeah, that is so done. Nicely. So that's done. Folks, all we're waiting for now is the buns to rise, and then do it second rising, and then we'll pop that in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. But for now, Brenda and I are getting hungry, so we're going to start our burgers up. We have our burgers with cheese, our lettuce, and we're just going to go eat our lunch. Take a bite and see how it is. Nothing beats the first grilled bacon. Oh, we forgot bacon, babe. But nothing beats the first grilled burger of the season. Great job, honey. If you can see, the rolls have now almost doubled in size and touching each other. They will get bigger in the oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to baste them all with a little bit of butter. It just gives them that nice buttery taste. Also gives it a little bit of a shinier look to them. And the oven's almost done preheating. Well, folks, I was outside doing something, and Brenda came and got me and says, hey, I took the buns out. Don't they absolutely look delicious? Folks, I want to thank you guys for tuning in again. What a pleasure it is to hang out with you guys on a Sunday afternoon. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all your support and everything else. I will link that bun recipe in the description box if you guys need it. Anyways, thank you. Until next time, stay blessed and be A-OK.